Hi everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I am Mr. Gadget Corner. I want talk about review the Xiaomi Mi Max 2. Before that, come on subscribes, so this channel can provide useful information. The successor to the last year's product and the subsequent prime variant that the Chinese company, the Mi Max 2 represents the best of Xiaomi. The company's portfolio in India boasts of some of the best-selling smartphones in the country, which anyway speaks volumes about the brand's popularity, but also at their attempt to cater to different segments of our society. The Mi Max sold over 3 million units, which solidifies the user base even more for people who love a large smartphone. And then the Max 2 builds upon that. Now, the Mi Max 2 is a bit costlier than its successor, but not by much. At $16,999 for the 64GB variant, the Mi Max 2 treads on the line between smartphones and the so-called cobbles. We got to test the matte black color variant of the Max 2, and here's what we found out. Design. Right from unboxing the smartphone, you get to know that Xiaomi isn't joking around, obviously through its whole Big is Back campaign. The Mi Max 2 is huge. And when I say that, be assured that what is mean is that it lies somewhere between it's really big and holy moly, that's a big ass smartphone. At 211 gs, it's a bit on the heavier side than its predecessor, but it's pretty thin at just 7.6mm considering the battery capacity this time around. You have to give it to Xiaomi for achieving that kind of thinness. As soon as you pick the Max 2, it doesn't feel like the usual plastic build smartphone, but in fact oozes high quality finish. The Max 2 is thin but not too thin, weighs more than the original Max, but not enough. The Max 2 brings around just the right amount of things that work in tandem right from the start. The metal finish on the rear gives a sturdy in-hand feel. The edges have been curved and rounded, which provides a better grip on the smartphone. However, that doesn't diminish the fact that it's a huge smartphone, but it gives you an inherent feeling of trust that even if it falls off, the damage won't be catastrophic. More so, because of the metal back, the Max 2 is neatly designed. I especially like the bit where designers have taken the effort to hide the antenna belt by extending it to the edges of the smartphone. The rear panel houses a fingerprint sensor along with the camera and flash. The volume rockers and lock button find their way onto the right edge, while the left houses the hybrid SIM slot. The top houses a 3.5mm jack adjacent to an IR blaster along with a microphone and front-facing camera embedded in the bezels, while on the bottom, you'll find a USB Type-C port in between two speaker grills. The design of Max 2 is seamless, right from the matte finished back which curves on the edges to meet the display. The Mi Max 2 flaunts a 6.44-inch Full HD, 1920x1080 pixels, IPS panel which is protected by Corning's Gorilla Glass 3. The Max 2 is also the first smartphone in Xiaomi's catalog to come with a protective glass on top of the display. The display panel size takes up almost 75% of the body with bezels on top and bottom. During my usage, I like the display on the Max 2 for its sharpness, vivid colors, and crisp details. It is so bright that using it in bright and sunny days didn't pose any difficulties to me. Now, you might think that the Full HD display on the smartphone of this size will ruin your experience, but the display is on par with all the other smartphones available out there. Plus, larger size display means more pixels, which in turn means a more detailed representation of all your movies, games, and pictures. Camera. Let me just say it outright that in my experience, I found the camera prowess of the Mi Max 2 to be great. The specs sheet details that the Max 2 sports a 12-megapixel rear camera with an aperture size of f/2.2, backed by dual-tone dual LED flash and supported by phase detection autofocus. In comparison, the Mi Max comes with a 16-megapixel camera which might be seen as a downgrade for people who still prefer numbers over quality. Which is why the Mi Max 2's camera comes with the same Sony IMX386 sensor found on Xiaomi's flagship smartphone, the Mi 6. On the front lies the 5-megapixel selfie camera with an aperture size of f/2.0. Using the camera app on the Max 2 is fairly simple. The app lets you focus on a subject in a frame, and through a slider, exposure can be adjusted. Tapping the shutter button captures the image, while long pressing it results in burst shots. The camera app is the same as found on many Xiaomi devices and comes with a slew of features along with different modes. During daytime, the pictures came out to be pretty detailed with accurate colors, making the Mi Max 2 capable of capturing great imagery. The camera focuses very quickly on different subjects, thereby shooting and processing the shot in a jiffy. Different modes let the camera enhance the pictures, and you get a different take on the shot as well. However, during low light, capturing shots from the Max 2 is a pain, as the camera tends to soften the images, add a lot of noise, and overprocess them. Sometimes, in my usage, I found out that the camera of the Max 2 came out with blurred images because of the inadequate light source. Focusing on a particular subject in such a situation can be really hard for the user as well as the camera. The front-facing camera takes nice selfies for your social media needs and does an amazing job around a light source. During low light, the performance of the selfie camera is yet again marred by overprocessing and softening the images, the result being grainy pictures. The camera on the Mi Max 2 also supports 4K video recording, through which I was able to get some great footage. Done. Don't forget watching next video about Xiaomi Mi Max 2 review, battery, performance, and software.